Welcome to Gemara Academy. In this class, we'll present an overview of the Mishnah Masechta Shabbos on Daf Beis Amud Aleph. It'll be an overview of the Mishnah as well as an overview of the Tosfos. Let's begin. So the general outline is that our Mishnah teaches us Yitzias Shabbos Shtayim Shen Arba B'Fnim U'Shtayim Shen Arba B'Chutz. There's a total of 8 cases of Eitzah when it comes to Shabbos, and there are 4 Tosfos on the Mishnah. So let's now see the overview of the Mishnah itself. The Mishnah basically tells us that for the Ani, there are 2 cases that he could do a malacha min ha-Torah of either Eitzah or Achnasa, and 2 cases where he could do an Isser Midrabanan related to Eitzah and Achnasa. And for the Balabais, it's the same thing. There are 2 cases where he could do an Isser min ha-Torah, one of Eitzah, one of Achnasa, and another 2 cases where there's an Isser Midrabanan. Let's see it now in the Mishnah flow chart itself. So the Mishnah originally began by presenting the 2 cases of the Ani, when the Ani does Achnasa and when the Ani does Eitzah. Then we present the 2 cases of the Balabais, when the Balabais does Eitzah, when the Balabais does Achnasa. And then we presented the cases where they each did part. First we presented the case where the Ani is the one that did the extending of his hand inwards, and they each did part of the Malacha. And then we presented the 2 cases where the Balabais extended his hand outwards, and they each did part of the Malacha, like it's explained in the class, in the Mishnah, and in the flowchart class. And on this we have a total of 4 Tosfos. The first Tosfos will focus on this, that our Masechta Shabbos, the first Mishnah speaks about Yitzias Shabbos, about carrying. And Tosfos will explain why the Masechta started with the dinim of Eitzah. It should have started with dinim related to Erev Shabbos. We find in other Masechtas that are in the part of Shas that are in Zmanim, like Psachim and Yuma, talks about Yom Kippur, that they start in chronological order. So also Shabbos should have started with things related to Erev Shabbos, and then move on to things on Shabbos, and then move on to the Surim that are on Shabbos. Why does it start with Eitzah? And Tosfos gives 3 answers. The next Tosfos addresses the very first word of the Mishnah, Yitzias. It says Yitzias Shabbos Shtayim Shen Arba B'Fnim Shtayim Shen Arba B'Chutz. So Tosfos addresses why is it that we use the word Yitzias, which means going out, and not Eitzahs, which is carrying out. Our Mishnah is talking about carrying objects, not going out. Not the person going out, that's not the problem. The problem is that he's carrying out, so why does the Mishnah say Yitzias and not Eitzahs? The third Tosfos focuses on the next words of the Mishnah that are Shtayim Shen Arba B'Fnim U'Shtayim Shen Arba B'Chutz. And the word B'Fnim and B'Chutz, Tosfos basically presents that there are 2 explanations for B'Fnim and B'Chutz. One explanation is that B'Fnim refers to the person B'Fnim, and B'Chutz is to the person B'Chutz. So Shtayim Shen Arba, there are 2 cases that are for B'Fnim, for the person B'Fnim, and there are Shtayim Shen Arba, 2 cases that are for B'Chutz, for the person B'Chutz. Tosfos says that's the correct way of understanding it. He also presents another interpretation of the words B'Fnim and B'Chutz that Rashi presents in Masechta Shavuos, and he disagrees and brings a question with it. And the fourth and final Tosfos are on the fact that our Mishnah tells us that there's Eitzah of the Ani and Eitzah of the Balabais. There's Achnasa of the Ani and Achnasa of the Balabais. The question is, why doesn't our Mishnah just say there's a Eitzah and there's Achnasa, and regardless of whoever does it, it'll be Asr? Just like we don't say there's Eitzah of a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old, and a 40-year-old. Why do we distinguish Eitzah of the Ani, Eitzah of the Balabais, Achnasa of the Ani, Achnasa of the Balabais? It should have just said there's an Isser on Shabbos of Eitzah. Anybody that does Eitzah did that Isser. There's an Isser of Achnasa. Whoever did it, whoever did that Isser did an Isser on Shabbos. There's no need to mention for the Ani separately and for the Balabais separately.